Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, a land of bounty, blessed with ample natural resources springing from fertile lands. For decades, crude oil has been the biggest earner for the country. But one visionary foresaw the ephemerality of this black gold, envisioning the demographic advantage of a youthful population bursting with energy. This master strategist invested in Nigeria's untapped human resources. In 2005, his dream of nurturing the continent's future leaders, of preparing a new generation to take on the challenge of development with research, technology and entrepreneurship, birthed a safe haven for scholarship and intellectual pursuits in the serene heartlands of his hometown. The American University of Nigeria, nestled in the heart of Nigeria's northeast, became a quiet environment for reflection, away from the bustle of city distractions for young minds to re-emerge in the country's future. A liberal arts education afforded them an opportunity to take on Africa's development quagmire with fresh eyes. Many have since gone to contribute their quota to Nigeria's gross domestic product, just like these serial entrepreneurs who graduated from AUN.
But I look at my friend Miles, who is presently a senior software developer in Google. I look at my friend Tomba, who earns thousands of dollars from several software companies. Started off as a software developer on campus. I look at my friend Tosin, who runs a software company. Just this morning, he was sharing with me is profiting. I look at my friend Michael, who runs a big agricultural firm where he works with over 3,000 local farmers. For me, that is the ultimate success story of the American University of Nigeria. And I look at myself, who is also responsible for the employment of hundreds of people.
I did multimedia designs. So the biggest impact is me being able to create an online presence for my business. This has helped me to get a lot of recognition. You know, these days we are doing a lot of business with international suppliers from different parts of the world. I think is a very smart decision that I took, and also it has helped me in strategic planning. You know, knowing what to do, where to expand to, when to expand, where to expand to, and how to grow the business. So AUN helps you make better decisions when it comes to business.
The successes of AUN's trailblazers are being scaled exponentially beyond the university's four walls into host communities. Kacha Ruben is one such beneficiary. She used to be a petty trader, barely able to make ends meet with paltry earnings, until she was trained by expert professors at AUN and given seed capital to grow her spice business.
When I started this business, I saw it on a trance, and I went to church and asked one woman, this is what I saw. She put me through. I started business. I don't know that it was God that wanted to take me higher. I got a help from them. When we finished the training, there's some talking of money they help us. We put it in business. You can see my business is grown, and before my business is not like this. A big thank to AUN for training me, for giving me support.
Many more stand to benefit from the AUN founders' visionary leadership, especially as the country's citizenry stoop under the overbearing influence of inequalities.
I got the full tuition scholarship, and I maintained my CGPA of 3.85. Aside from that, I was opportune to get the scholarship to go to American University at Washington, D.C., the parent university, where I spent 1 year there, and the experience was an amazing one.
I have a very good friend. I remember very clearly when she was to leave, she had gotten a letter to exit the campus because she couldn't pay her fees. And I took her into ANS 213, I can't remember. And then we wrote a very powerful letter. Maggie Ensign was president of the institution then. She got the full scholarship without knowing. She's Igbo. Without ever knowing the president. Today, she's in the United States Air Force.
Students do not only receive superior quality education, they also form lifelong bonds and connections worth their weight in gold as they are exposed to the real business world. The university's long-standing tradition of hands-on entrepreneurial activity began with His Excellency's gift of seed capital.
I remember when I joined AUN in September of 2006, the founder had provided funds for the first set to set up some businesses. Going through that environment of can-do, that environment where things are possible.
We were given $5,000 to start something on campus. And we started Shiltech, which was about ensuring students' devices on campus. We ensured students' devices and they paid us and we made a lot of money. So from that experience, I started thinking outside the box and telling myself that if I graduate, I don't have to wait for federal government job.
We grouped them, a group of no more than 10 each. So each group is giving $5,000 to now invest in an opportunity that they must have spotted, generated from the ideas generated from the community, the university community. Now, having generated the idea, the students, because they are normally in multiple groups, they will now come for what we call pitching, business idea pitching. They develop their business plan. Then before professors, sometimes we will invite people from the industry. Yeah. So before professors and experts from the industry, these students will come and pitch their business plans.
We do it through a 1-year classroom and hands-on training for the student. In the classroom, we cover all the basic theoretical foundation of starting, running, and running a successful business. So they cover accounting, marketing, how to take risk, how to analyze risk, and how to trade risk and return. That is done in a full semester coursework. The following semester, we take it to a hands-on approach.
AUN's unique development philosophy provided the perfect environment to match theory and practice. This model of education is indeed timely given Nigeria's complex democratic culture. Indeed, the founder's vision has been carefully crafted into reality by expert professors and administrators. Following a long line of American presidents, the current headsman at AUN is Professor Tahir Yusuf. The erudite professor is now helping build the new breed of entrepreneurs and scholars at AUN.
The vision of the founder of the American University of Nigeria, AUN, His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is for AUN to be a foremost development university focusing on Nigeria and principally on the African continent through entrepreneurship. And by entrepreneurship, again, we go far beyond just establishing a new business. We look at entrepreneurship here as a process that involves identifying opportunities in the society, marshalling necessary resources, and exploit these opportunities to create value to the society.
Beyond offering world-class education, one of my main goals for founding the American University of Nigeria is to deploy entrepreneurship as a catalyst to unleash the creative genius of Nigerian youths. Remember, I have vast experience in entrepreneurship. Among other things, the entrepreneurial ingenuity of our youths will drive innovation, risk-taking behavior, and strategies to produce goods and services.
The AUN School of Business and Entrepreneurship is one of our flagship schools. It has been at the forefront of community outreach programs to realize the vision of the founder.
When the university came on board, it quickly went into raising up and development of small enterprises in the state. How have they been doing? They have been doing that through seminars, workshops, and even organizing competitive concepts to give or to develop competition within the industry. And they did that severally. Most of our participants, which of course we took part in mobilizing them to the university, came out with good hope, with enthusiasm, with also appreciation of what the university did to them.
As a business and as a person, we have benefited immensely from American University of Nigeria in Yola. One of the major things we benefited from AUN is through knowledge. AUN took us through those rudiments, and since then our business has not been the same again. We kept on growing. If you notice, this is not where we were before. As a way of growth, we have moved to a permanent site that is owned by JDS Pharmacy. That is the impact of AUN on JDS Pharmacy as a business.
AUN sun samu hanya mu gane akan inda business yake tafiya. AUN gaskiya sun koya mana inda za mu yi managing na business namu. Gaskiya mun ji daɗi training da AUN su yi mana. Domin in ba domin training AUN yau nan ba, ban san yaya business na zai kasance ba. Amma wallahi training nan yau nan ya sa game yau nan business ina ta ci gaba a rayuwa. Ma muna ma AUN godiya inda ta ɗauke mu ta yi training namu a inda hanya mai kyau. Mun gode sosai. Ba mu biya ko sisi a training din ba.
Every year, millions of young Nigerians graduate from over 100 universities to join long unemployment queues. Unemployment has peaked at 33% after averaging double digits over the last 5 years. This statistic is even more desperate when taking into consideration the youthful population. Young people below the age of 40 make up 70% of the total population. The average age in the country is 18 years old. A mammoth-energized young population with no gainful employment is just the right equation for social unrest. That is why the founder is passionate about education.
The university's development mantra is partly embedded in her unique model of entrepreneurship, education and training. Go out there and speak to people in the community. It is evident that our model has led to some appreciable level of development in the local economy. This we hope to sustain and deepen beyond Adamawa State.
The existence of the university injected knowledge. It also opened up ideas or knowledge of how businessmen can acquire funds or capital funds to develop their businesses. It also gave the businesses managerial capability to manage the businesses to success. It raised the employment status of the state. Having raised the employment status of the state, it means eventually it went down to giving the society the growth in their economic capacity and giving it very good welfare status. I can say categorically, without mentioning what, that the state has made not less than 20% progress in the development of industries, particularly small-scale enterprises in the state.
I have seen how just a few purposeful individuals who has been able to create an ecosystem that puts money in people's pockets when I think about it, it's very astonishing. It's as if we should just take AUN and drop, 36 of it, or maybe 774, and then maybe we can have this very, very level of growth. Seeing the magic that AUN has been able to create, seeing the amount of people that their lives have been able to be transformed.
AUN has helped many young people find their true calling, harnessing their skills and potentials into positive outcomes.
In AUN, the entrepreneurship was practical. It was hands-on. The university gave us the opportunity to actually set up a business on campus. I'm into hospitality business. I founded the Hangout Jalingo. Yes, it's a barbecue restaurant and has an outdoor lounge, and really it provides, when I got to Taraba, to Jalingo, I noticed that there wasn't a place where one could actually go and have premium, a premium space for premium people, where one could actually go and have value for money. And I decided that we had to fill in that gap. So Hangout Jalingo is an example of one. Cruiser Jos is also an example of a place where, as a consultant, I came in terms of the construction, in terms of the setting up, in terms of the management, and I worked to put up this place, and I also serve on the board of directors of this organization.
I was in the University of Port Harcourt before coming to AUN. If not for the vision of that man, I am not exactly sure I will be here. Presently, my primary focus is the fashion line called African Tribe. African Tribe. The African Tribe, we don't make suits, but we make traditional attires for men, kaftans, focused on just men. And I'm thankful to God that I run a very major factory here in Abuja, who says on 2. We've made outfits for quite a lot of notable figures, popular figures, politicians, particularly. I'm not going to mention some of their names out of respect for their privacy, but think of the who is who in this country today, including the presidential aspirants. We've made outfits for them. We have people in the US wearing our outfits. We have people in Sweden wearing our outfits. We have people in Ireland wearing our outfits. We have people in most of the East African countries wearing our outfits. So African Tribe, with all due respect, has gone global.
So while we're in AUN, we started this thing, Marketplace Friday, by the Office of Student Activities. They organize this program every Friday. It's called Marketplace, where students are allowed to bring in their merchandise, advertise, and sell to people. So that was a window I saw for myself, and I took it. Sometimes I have a conversation with my sister, and she's like, how do you come up with all these ideas, and how are you not scared of putting money into things and just doing it? Because I've learned that I can, and from what I learned in AUN, that I shouldn't have barriers to my thinking. I know that I can achieve anything I set my mind to if I put the work.
West Metro Limited has, over the last 6-7 years, become the leader in enterprise tax development in Nigeria. Any serious 5-star hotel in Nigeria is already automated. The Hilton was the first, second largest hotel in Nigeria, and the best hotel in Africa, actually, by Business AA. We've done Fraser Suites. We've done Lagos Marriott Hotel. We've done a couple of Protea hotels as well. We've done the Federal Palace Hotel and SB Chrome in Jabi. So a number of compliance, businesses that take their business compliance very seriously. They're already on the platform. Our system is a self-compliance system. We don't go anywhere to do anything ourselves, and we've just created infrastructure and the software that allows them to be compliant if they seem fit. And having these international brands kind of gives us the level of assurance that, hey, where foreign companies or, more established companies are putting out products there, we are able to put out an equally good and highly respected.
I have for like 3 businesses. One is Kosam, we call it Lactosire. Secondly is Asma, which is liquid pepper. Thirdly is a restaurant. The Lactosire, the business owned by my father, died in 1973, before I was even born. When I graduated from AUN, I decided to regenerate the business because of what? AUN taught me you should not let something like that to go down. We are delivering the product in all major supermarkets, Douala and Yaoundé, and the rest of the cities in the country. People love that.
I officially joined this business 2014, and it was just one store. And today we're in 2022, and we have 7. And by next year, we should have 9 by God's grace. So you can see there's been a lot of improvement in what we are doing. And also we intend to expand to the south, of course, the west, cover a whole lot of the Nigerian market. And also we intend also to grow the business to an online business where you can have your groceries supplied to you to your doorstep.
AUN gives you a perspective of the real world before you even get there. So all these skills you learn, how to speak, public speaking, writing, research, all these things come into play without you knowing. Like me now, I learned my entrepreneurship skills in AUN, and now I'm living off of it even before getting a job.
If anyone has ever doubted the success of the American University of Nigeria, I do not need you to look far. I'm a testimony. A typical software engineering graduate from the American University of Nigeria, you compare that students to students from other universities who perhaps never ever one day typed a Java code on a laptop. But from the very beginning, you are taught on how to program. My friend built the first e-ballot system in his 200 level in Nigeria whilst he was on campus as a student with no prior knowledge of coding. But he came on campus and he was groomed for that. So the one thing AUN prepares you for is a sense of independence, and that is something you can't get anywhere else.
AUN employs a system of collaborative learning, whereby professors and students work together to solve problems. This familiarity allows students to question data, giving them a superior understanding of concepts and constructs while building new knowledge. Even 10 years after graduation, Fuad Umar still applies the knowledge he gained at AUN in his daily life.
I've done a lot of family businesses, and one of which was construction, so I picked passion for it, and now I have a project I'm working on under construction. Apart from that, I also run a family business, which is a bureau de change, and that was also very rewarding, and I got a lot of experience from it. Not only that, I started my own company, Fuad Agro. I'm very proud of what I've done. A lot of things I was able to do with that company came as a result of the skills I learned from American University of Nigeria. I went and secured foreign partners from India. They are based in Dubai, Hakan Agro.
The American University of Nigeria has a unique pedagogy.
It gives you much more than you went in for. Like, I went in to be a lawyer, but I know before I came out of AUN, I became a better entrepreneur.
My experience in AUN wasn't tied to just formal education. There's humanity involved, there's development. We're not just going to school to learn physics and information systems. We learn to care about our people, how to actually help people develop.
AUN entrepreneurship education helps them because the technique of teaching students is oriented towards the creation of enterprises and not only being a member of enterprises. I do business models in my courses, and I ask students to manage, and the judge is the computer. So the company is on the computer and the student makes decision and he sees what is the impact of his decision on. So we have an intellectual capability.
Here at AUN, we teach our students through e-commerce fundamentals. We teach them how to create their own web applications so that we can start their businesses. We can advise and create some frameworks for them so that students can create and publish their products online and start looking for customers.
We train them and equip them to work for others. But most importantly for us, we train them and equip them so that they can work for themselves. by creating their own businesses.
They run the business as a professional entity with CEOs, proper assignment of duties, accountant, sales, operational, directors, and so forth, and is guided by the faculty of the School of Business. Occasionally we'll go in to make sure that they are following the principles that we covered. And believe me or not, this has been very successful. All the students' businesses have returned not just the principal, but profit to the university. And that is beyond our wildest expectation.
I think we already have 1 or 2 billionaires amongst our alumni that we have raised. And all the money generated, the profit they make, they reinvest in the economy and generating jobs for others. These are value innovators, value creators, employers of labor. They are not employees.
I'm not a billionaire, but I'm very sure in few years to come, I will definitely become a billionaire because AUN taught me how to be successful.
At the American University of Nigeria, the numbers of students admitted yearly is precise to ensure students gain the full benefits of interaction with professors in small class sizes. From that moment on, all actions are calculated for maximum effect. When students pledge to join the AUN community, they join the brightest minds, committing to a life of excellence, integrity, and service. For many here, there remains a certain pride in their daily life in pursuit of knowledge and social impact. This is the life in AUN, a life celebrating leadership of American academic traditions and African ingenuity, a life rich in science, artistic heritage, entrepreneurship, and leadership.